Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm working on my Ranger. I bought this from a military man in Tampa, Florida. He was moving from MacDill Air Force Base and he had this and it ran good, decent, but it had issues. It had little issues. He had messed with the fuel pump, he told me. And I had this car running. I went through the O2 sensors, went through everything. Today I just pulled the whole intake and wiring harness. Took everything apart, as you can see, all the sensors and everything. Now the problem is I've tracked it down and this is the issue. This is a '05, and when I bought it the guy said it had a '06 motor in it. So I'm thinking the harness might have been changed or something. Let's see if I can zoom in here so you can see 11.4. So that means 2005 is what this is. It's a clean car. It's just been sitting there. It runs great, you know. It's not fuel efficient. I cleaned the O2 sensors, they were caked. So I've got down to the nitty gritty, went from front to back of the car. The only thing I haven't done is a fuel pressure test. And that'll be the last thing, but I don't think the fuel pressure is an issue or anything like that. Now this is what I think is my issue. My Dpfe sensor here has no plug. And there's no plug here into the harness. And this sensor here has no plug. I don't know if this is air temperature sensor right here, the idle air temp. So those two are not wired into the harness anywhere. And this harness has been chopped up. As you can see, the plugs go into the coils. And right over here, I broke open the harness, and I've seen this right here where it's got 3 wires going into actually 3 wires going into a 2-wire prong, and there's 10 wires on the other side here. If you pull, I counted and double checked. So I have an issue with those 2 sensors, and there's no plugs for those sensors, and I don't know if perchance this is that side. There's 3 plugs. I got another harness. I checked the other harness. I bought another harness, and the harness doesn't have the extra plug. So I don't know if see the other harness in there. I don't know. I got a little bit of an issue here, and I don't know. I don't have the wiring diagram. I don't have a book, and I got no internet connection. It's kind of bugging me because I want to get it fixed. You know, I want to wire this in or go get a harness and get it running perfect, you know. So this is my issue, these two, and I think more or less this is going to be my problem right here, because this goes into the vacuum ports, these two, right over down here. And when I got the car, one of these were off and it was idling very high. Now also, if you have a vacuum leak, sometimes this plug comes unplugged up under the intake, and you can push that back in and make your vacuum leak go away. You see right there in the valve cover. So that's no big deal. But I have this all taken apart, and I'm trying to figure out the wiring diagram. I guess in the next couple of days, I'm either going to buy a book or track that down and cut this harness up and see and figure out where my issue is, because it's just sucking too much gas. I mean, and is not as responsive as it should be. But I'm 100% sure it's in those sensors not being plugged into the harness, or maybe somewhere with the motor swap. But as far as the motor runs, it runs great. So I want to fix this. I want to hook somebody up and give this away to somebody. So like, subscribe, and share, and as always, keep on dreaming.